You all are welcome to this channel, MakeBot tutorial channel. You're welcome to our topic, quadratic expressions and shortcuts. Okay, and our hashtag, you don't need to be a scholar to get an A, so pay attention to this. Okay, now basically we are going to be looking at shortcuts or for quadratic equations. I will assume you have prior knowledge on factorization of quadratic equations, or rather quadratic expressions. Okay, now in this aspect, this one circled here, we have the wrong shortcuts method used, while in this side we have the correct one. So I'll just quickly explain what's happening here. Now look at this equation. We have equation 2x squared minus 7x plus 6 equals 0. To use this shortcut, what you just do is that you find the factors of these two. Let's clean our slide. You find the factors of 2. The factors of 2 are what? The factors of 2 are those numbers that can go into 2 without remainder. So 1 and 2, that's 2 times 1, right? And that's why we have 2 and 1 here. As you can see, factors of 2. Then 6 also, you look for the factors of 6, in which if you multiply them, it will give you plus 6. Is that okay? Yes, you must get the factors in which will give you plus 6. Okay, there are many factors. Let's look at factors of 6 are we have 1, we have 2, we have 3, we also have 6, right? So in this case, I picked 3 and 2, and I picked minus, right? Because minus 3 times minus 2 will give me what? Plus 6, right? Good. Now, the shortcut states that the multiplication of the diagonals, the sum of the cross multiplication of the diagonals must equal this center number. Is that okay? It must equal the center number, which is minus 7. So in this case, I have 2 times minus 2, which is what? Which is minus 4, right? Then here I have 1 times minus 3, which is what? Minus 3. Minus 4 minus 3 will give me what? Minus 7. That is why this is correct. Is that okay? After you've done that, you've seen that the multiplication, or rather the sum of the cross multiplication of the diagonals are equal to the center. That's the coefficient of x. What you do is to just multiply these 2 by x and multiply 1 by x. So in the first one, you have 2x minus 3 as its factor. That's what we have here, 2x minus 3. And the second one, 1 times x is what? Is x, right? So we have x minus 2 as its second factor. So we have, and that's all. We've solved this quadratic equation, 2x minus 3, x minus 2 equals 0. If you equate each to 0, you find the value of x. Okay, now let's look at why this is wrong. This is wrong because look at this. Okay, though the correct factors of 2 here is what? Is 2 and 1, correct, right? Factors of 6, minus 6 and 1, of course, minus 6 times minus 1 will give us what? Plus 6. So it's correct, it's actually correct. But let's look at the sum of the cross multiplication of the diagonals. If you say 2 times minus 1, what do we get? We get minus 2, right? If you say 1 times minus 6, what do we get? We get minus 6. If we sum these, when I mean sum, I mean we have something like we have minus 2 plus into bracket minus 6. That's what I mean by sum. Plus minus is what? Is minus. So we have minus 2 minus 6. Minus 2 minus 6 will give us minus 8. If you notice, this minus 8 is not equal to the coefficient of x here. So since it is not equal, you are wrong. Do you understand? So that's basically everything on shortcut for quadratic equation. Let's do another example rather, so that will be clear. Okay, let's look at the correct method first. Now look at this. Okay, let's look at the wrong method. Now look, we have 6x squared, we have plus 11x minus 10 equals 0. Now, if you pick the coefficient of x squared, which is 6, let's find the factor. We have many factors, but here I picked 2 and 3. Okay. Here, factors of minus 10, I picked minus 2 and minus 5. Now, in this case, minus 2 times minus 5 will never give minus 10. Minus 2 times minus 5 will give plus 10, not minus 10. So in this case, that is why this part is wrong. Let's look at the correct one. Now, this 6, I'm picking factors of 6, which are what? 3 and 2, right? Then I'm picking factors of 10. Here I picked what? Minus 2 times plus 5. So I have minus 2 times minus times plus will give me what? Will give me minus. 2 times 5 will give me 10. So this is actually giving me minus 10. Now, having done that, we move on to the next stage to check the sum of the cross multiplication with diagonal. So we have 3 times plus 5. 3 times plus 5 will give us what? Plus 15. Then 2 times minus 2 will give us what? Will give us minus 4. Plus 15 minus 4 will give us what? Will give us plus 11. As we can see, plus 11 is the coefficient of x here. So since plus 11 is the coefficient of x here, we are correct. What do we do next? Just put x here, then put x here. In the first factor, you have a 3x minus 2. In the second one, you have 2x plus 5, which is what we have here. And that's all. That's all on shortcut for quadratic equation. Okay, let's quickly do one example by ourselves. Now, to aid clearer explanation. Now, if we have 3x squared minus 12x 3x squared minus 12x plus 12, yes, equals 0. This is a quadratic equation. Now, what do we do here? Using the shortcut, we just pick out 3 here. Factors of 3, 3 and 1, right? Factors of 12 in which if you multiply to give this plus 12. Okay, we can say, let's assume factors of 12, we can say 2 and 6, right? So we can say 2 and 6 because 2 times 6 is 12. So how can we put the sign in front of this 2 and 6 that to give plus 12? If we put minus, if we put plus here, minus times plus will give us what? Minus. So that's wrong. So we have to change that. So let's assume I clean that plus and I put let's assume I put minus. Let's assume I put minus. Minus 2 times minus 6 will give me what? Minus 2 times minus 6 will give me minus minus is plus, 2 times 6 is, so that's plus. So right? Okay. So let's continue. Now, let's check the multiplication of the diagonal. If we have 3 times minus 6, it will give me minus 18. 1 times minus 2 will give me what? Minus 2. Minus 18 minus 2 will give me minus 20. This minus 20 is not the coefficient of x here, so we are wrong. So we have to do it correctly. Okay, so let's clean it and try another way. Yeah, I just want to introduce to you guys many ways in which you can go wrong when solving this. So you have to be very, very careful in choosing the right factors. So assuming we choose factors 6 and 2, still picking 6 and 2, but in this case we are putting the 2 below and we are putting the 6 above. Then if we pick, that's minus 6 minus 2. Minus 6 times minus 2 give us what? Plus 12. Now let's check the multiplication of the diagonal. If we multiply the diagonal, 3 times minus 2 will give us minus 6, right? 1 times minus 6 will give us what? Will give us minus, give us what? Minus 12. Do you understand? So you can see that minus 12 is the coefficient of these of x here. Having that, you are done, you are correct. So what you just do is that you just pick this 3 and minus 6. So you have 3x minus 6. What are you doing here? You are attaching x with 3. So you have 3x minus 6. And this one, you also attach x here. And that's what, and you have x minus 2 equals 0. And that's all. You have found the factors of this quadratic equation. Let's pick another equation. Okay, let's pick this equation to make ourselves clearer. Now, we have factors. We have 4 here as the coefficient of x squared. So finding the factors of 4. The factors of 4 are 1, 2, and 4, right? So assuming we pick 2 and 2, I'll be making a lot of trial and error here. Just try and follow me, please. And 5 here, we can write this as minus 5. Minus 1, right? Because minus 5 times minus 1 will give us plus 5. 2 times minus 1 is what? Minus 2. 2 times minus 5 is what? Minus 10. Minus 2 minus 10 will give us minus 12. Minus 12 is not the coefficient of x here, so it is wrong. Is that okay? Let's try another one. Assuming we put plus plus. Plus 5 times plus 1 will give us plus 1 plus 5 times plus 1 will give us plus 5, right? Okay, so let's try this. 2 times 1 is what? Is 2, right? 2 times 5 is what? Is plus 10. This will give us plus 12, which is also wrong. Okay, let's clean that up and try and find the correct one. So meaning now our problem is not from this 5 and 1, it's actually from 4, because 4 has more than one factors. So we use 2 and 2. Let's assume we use 4 and 1. If we use 4 and 1, let's start with minus minus. 4 times minus 1 is what? Is minus 4, right? 1 times minus 5 is minus 5. Is that okay? Okay, what did we do now? We did the cross multiplication of the diagonals. Is that okay? So minus 4 minus 5 will give us minus 9. And you can see minus 9 is the coefficient of this x here. So we are correct, and that's all. Very, very simple. The most important thing is to get the right factors and the right signs attached to them. And that's all. Very, very simple. So for this first one, we have our first factor to be 4x minus 5. And we have our second factor to be what? To be x minus 1. And that's all. Very, very simple. So thank you for watching this short tutorial video on quadratic expressions and shortcuts. Make sure you like and subscribe for more videos. Thank you very much, and God bless you.